I'm really on my tippy toes. So let's see, time 16. Let me put it in neutral. Oh, this is quite different from the Nikken. Ooh, damn. So I'll do the same route because I know that route works. It's a really tall bike. I guess you're supposed to expect that, but oh, I didn't see the oh yeah, the wind could be a problem for me here. Great for standing up. You can really really get a good solid control of the bike standing up. The knobby tires makes the bike a little bit different, to say the the engine braking is tremendous. Oh, it feels bad to turn, but that's just because I'm not used to it, I guess. I'm gonna be a little bit careful with the leaning with this bike. It feels weird lean. Could be the knobby tires, because I've never actually ridden on knobby tires. It could also be the bike is literally completely different from my own. This guy. Yeah, so this has a lot more power than the Nikken I just rode. So there is a lot of vibrations. Don't know if that's from the tires or if it's from the engine. Probably a little bit of both. Let's see if we can get a little bit of an acceleration test here. Wow, it's really low. Oh, of course, it's low geared. That's why it feels weird. It's really short geared on the first two gears. So I got a little bit surprised there. It doesn't have a red line. I'm guessing you're not supposed to put it over 10, maybe even not over 9, but it doesn't specifically have a red line zone, so I don't know, but it sure has power. That's for damn sure. So in case I didn't say it, this is the Tenere 700 2019. I'm gonna go down 4,000 RPMs and give it some throttle. Yeah, it's not a weak bike, but the windshield's okay. This thing is bouncing like crazy. It's to the very limit of how much a display should shake. It gets a little bit blurry, not a lot, but a little bit. Going under, it's pretty quiet, pretty nice ride. So in 6th gear, full throttle, yeah, it pulls pretty good. Actually, this is a really good bike. It is in no way agile. It is slow, and it feels like it's sort of like every movement is a little bit slow motion, just a little bit. That's probably because of the way the bike is, both the way it's set up and the way it weighs. This isn't supposed to be a twisty killer. This is a this is an adventure bike, supposed to take you anywhere, and for adventuring this is a good choice, I would guess. I'm not an adventure bike rider. I've never been off-road. I've been off-road, but not like really off-road. But you really get a good, you can stand up easily. My hands are still in control. I still have the brakes. You can grip the side of the bike easily, and there is a lot of power even at very low RPMs. That's probably because it's a 2-cylinder bike, so it has a lot of its power on the lower RPMs. I would bet this is a great bike to go to do pretty much any type of adventuring with. What the hell were those guys doing? Brakes, yeah. I'm a little bit scared of using too hard of a brake because they're knobby tires, and I don't know how much grip you have with knobby tires. It does feel like you really have to squeeze. I mean, this is almost a little too much resistance. I don't know why. Is that single piston brake maybe? I'm not sure, but it's actually a lot of resistance for the brakes. That surprised me. Mirrors are good. They're pretty much the same as on my MT-09, a little bit smaller maybe. The sound this thing makes is a chapter by itself. I don't know how well you can hear it, but throttle response is really good. Almost instant. There's a little bit of lag. Actually, it was just me not using the entire. There is like, ooh, you can see how much it actually pulls. It does have a it's almost aggressive. But it is okay. There are modes on this thing, I think. No, it's not. It's something else. So there's no mode button. There's probably some sort of ABS off, ABS on off. So you can turn it on and you can turn it off. That's a good thing. Surprised it does 12,000 RPMs on a twin or a 2-cylinder bike. I was expecting a little bit lower. I think 12,000 is like the same as my MT-09. No, it's not. Mine's like 14. Never mind. Never mind the ramblings of someone who don't know exactly what they're talking about. So the clutch is very nice, very short from not gripping at all to full grip is like very, very short, less than an inch. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. In fact, I would bet it's a good thing, but oh, the cornering with this thing is not the most fun. It does carry its weight. You can really feel, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it feels heavy when you lean it. The knobby tires probably take away some of the grip, so I am in fact scared of leaning it too much when you think edition. But it doesn't have a problem leaning, it just feels heavy. When you lean it, it's like there's some extra weight holding you down almost. But that probably keeps you stable as well, because it feels like a really stable bike. There's no stability issues here. The power is awesome, and the throttle is nice. It does have that same problem that every other MT, or I'm not going to say every other because I haven't tried the MT-010 and 3 and 125, but the 7 and 9 have that ride-by-wire latency, so there's a lot of jerking. But I think that's just about every electronic throttle. Actually sounds like it's not really that bad. It feels worse than it sounds, but it doesn't feel bad by no means. So don't let that be a deter. Oh, didn't pull it all the way up. A little bit lazy shifting from my side. That's not the bike's fault. It feels worse than it sounds. It sounds like it's instant, but when you actually give it throttle, you can feel that the bike is sort of has that millisecond of latency. Wow, leaning this bike feels so different from my MT-09. I'm not sure I like it. I'm not sure I hate it. That's something you gotta test out yourself and see what you like, because that may be a deal breaker. It feels slow and a little bit unhappy to turn, in my experience. But absolutely a great bike. So yeah, that's the Tenere 700. Get the stand down. It looks awesome. Really knobby.